Good morning everyone. Here today we are just going to be expressing some quadratic equation given in this form. So firstly, if we have expressed 7 minus x minus 3x squared in the form a minus b open brackets x plus c squared, and hence or otherwise find its maximum value and value of x where this occurs. So we have the equation which is saying that we have our x 7x minus 3x squared. We should express it in the form a minus b, then we have our x plus our c, then we have squared like that. So now, since under A levels we are just going to be using mostly the vertex form, or in other words we are going to be using the equation that corresponds to the completing of the square method for many applications. So it's better that you are acquainted with that method. So to solve this one, what we are going to have is this. So we are going to have, let this be equal to y. So let y be equal to, we are going to say 7 minus x minus 3x squared. Then when we do this, what we are going to have is that make sure that the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1. So what are we going to do? We are going to divide by 3 throughout, or rather we are going to factorize. So what we are going, let us first order. So we are going to have our negative 3x like that, then we have minus x, then we have plus 7. I've just reordered everything. Then we are going to take our negative 3 as our common factor, then we are going to have our x like that. Then here what we are going to have is a positive x over a 3. So that's the meaning, it's more like the same number is dividing throughout. Let us do that. So we have our negative 3x minus x plus our 7. So what is going on is that this number that is out here, it will divide everything like that, so that we have a value of negative 3. Then we have our x, then we have here and here it cancels, so we have plus our 1 over our 3x. If you write x over 3, it is still okay. So we have 1 over 3x, then we have minus our 7 over 3. From here, you just follow the procedure of completing the square. So our y should be equal to negative 3. So this is squared. Yeah, so this is squared like that. So therefore, we are going to have our x squared. We have plus 1 over 3 x. Then what we are going to do from here is that we are going to find half of 1 over 3, which will give us a value of we add plus the half of whatever b is. Half is the same as multiplying 1 over 2, so we square this. Then the same value we subtract 1 over 3 times 1 over 2, then we have the squared like that. So what we are going to have is we have this value, then we are going to have minus our 7 over 3 like that. So you add, you subtract like that. So what this gives you is it will give you y should be equal to, now remember this, as long as let's say you have 1 plus your 2, 1 is the same as, if you have 1, this is the same as having 1 plus 2 minus 2. As long as you introduce the same number, 1 is positive, 1 is negative, they will always remove each other to remain with that number. So this is the same case. If you find half of this squared minus, here we have the positive and the negative, it means to say they can just cancel themselves, meaning to say you haven't changed any meaning. So from there we are going to have our negative 3, then we are going to have, so since we have x here and we have first let's reduce, so we have our x squared plus 1 over 3, then we have plus 1 times 1, it is a 1 over 3 times 2 is a 6. Then we have squared minus 1 times 1 is 1 over 3 times 2 is 6, like that. We have squared minus our 7 over 3, like that. Then we are going to be having negative 3. So what we are going to do is, we have the x here. What we are going to be doing is that this one has got squared and this number has got squared. The one that is adding up, that's the one that you consider. So you are going to take your x, whatever value it is here. In this case, it is a positive. So you will say plus 1 over 6. Then you are going to square this. Just pick what is inside. They both have a square, throw it outside. Then this one, what you're going to do with it is you're going to ignore. You're just going to ignore that. Then you're going to have minus. Then here just find what 1 squared is 1 over this 6 squared gives us a 36, like that. Outside it's a negative. Then we have minus our 7 over our 3, like that. Then what we are going to have is our negative 3, like that. Then we have our x plus our 1 over 6. Then we have squared. We simplify this. We are going to have minus. We are going to have our 36 as our common denominator. So when we get that, we are going to have our common thing. It will be our 36 divided by 36 is 1 times 1. It will be negative 1, like that. Then 36 divided by 3. This will give us 12. So we are going to have 12 times negative 7. 12 times negative 7. This will give us 84. Negative for that matter. So we have minus 84, like that. So when we do that, we are going to end up with our, let us simplify, negative 3, like that. X plus 1 over 6 squared. Then we have minus negative 1 minus 84. It will be negative 85 over a 36, like that. Then we are going to have our negative 3, like that. Then it is multiplying now. So negative 3 times this, it will just multiply with the coefficient outside. So it will be negative 3. Then we have our x plus 1 over 6 to the power 2. Then negative 3 times negative 85, it will be plus our 3 times our 85 over our 36. So reducing this, it gives us a negative 3 x plus 1 over 6. Then we are going to be having this, and this can be reduced, which will give us plus our 85 over our 12, like that. So this means to say you have expressed in the required form. So according to this, we should have a minus b, and you can tell to say b is equal to a negative 3. So with that said, we are going to just say our we have our negative 3. So we are just going to put it in the right order by having 85 over a 2, since it should begin with our a, the one without the bracket. So negative 85 over 12. Then we have minus our 3. Then we have our x plus 1 over 6, like that. Then we square this. So this is squared, so we square this. So we will find that this and this form are similar. So we can be able to say a minus b, open brackets, x plus c squared should be equal to 85 over 2 minus our 3. Then we have our x plus 1 over 6 to the power of 2. You will realize to say they are very similar. So in this case, your a value is equal to 85 over 2, your b value is equal to a negative 3, then you have your c value is equal to a 1 over 6, like that. So this is what we have according to that. Let's look at our next problem. So there's another method, but this is the simplest, and mostly you are going to be using it for many other different questions, so it's very reliable. So you have our x plus 4 there, then we square this, then we have plus x minus 2, then we square this, express it in this form. First, let's simplify this. So this is our y should be equal to 1 over 2, then we are going to have our expanding this is the same as x plus 4 and x plus our 4. Then we have plus this one is the same as x minus 2 and x minus 2. That's the meaning of squared. It simply means to say write the number twice and expand that number. So minus our 2 there. So when we do that, we are going to end up with our y should be equal to 1 over our 2. Then we are going to have this x multiplies everything. So we are going to have our x value multiplies our x plus our 4, like that. Then this 4 multiplies everything here, so it will be plus 4. Then x plus our 4, like that. This x multiplies everything, so we have plus our x. Then we have our x minus 2. Then also we are going to have, then this negative 2 multiplies everything, it will be x minus 2, like that, though I've run out of space. So we are going to have y should be equal to 1 over 2, like that. Then we are going to have x times x, it will be x squared. Then x times 4, it will be plus 4x. 4 times x, it will be plus 4x. 4 times 4, it will be 16. Then x times x, it will be plus x squared. X times negative 2, it will be negative 2. Negative 2 times x, it will be negative 2. Then negative 2 times 4 will give us a positive 4, like that. So what we are going to have when we simplify this, our y should be equal to half. Then we have let's add where possible. So we have our x times x squared, it will be 2x squared. So this gives us a 2x squared. Then we add the ones with just x, 4x plus 4x minus 2x minus 2x, like that. So here we are going to end up with, so we have our 2x squared. Then when we add 4x plus 4x, that's our 8x. Then we have, when we add negative 2x minus 2x, it will be minus 4x. So the overall 8x minus 4x will give us positive 4x. Then we are going to have our 16 plus this 4. This will give us a value of 20. So we are going to say plus 20, like that. Then when we do that, we are going to have y should be equal to half of, we are multiplying half throughout. So we have times 2x squared plus half times 4x plus half times our 20, like that. So when we do that, we are going to end up with our, this one and this one goes, so we are going to remain with our x squared. Then we have plus this one and this one goes, we are going to have our 2x. This one and this one goes, we are going to have our 10. So we are going to say plus our 10. So when you reach this stage, you are going to use the same approach that we were using to express it in that form. So we have y should be equal to, we are going to say x squared plus 2x. Find half of this, square it. So we have plus 2 times 1 over 2, that's the half of this value, squared. Others might write 2 over 2, it's still okay. Then we have minus the 2 times 1 over 2, you square this value, then we have our plus 10 like that. So what we are having is y should be equal to x squared. This 2 and this 2 goes, so we are going to have plus 1 squared. If it was negative, okay, so we have 1 squared there, then we have minus this one and this one goes, then we have 1 squared plus our 10 like that. So now if the value inside it was x squared, let's say where there is 2x we have minus 2x, then it could have entered here as our negative 2 times 1 over 2 there. And in such a situation whereby we have a negative 1 as our output, then we have, let's say, x squared, then we have our x squared. Then when we are putting them in the same bracket, it will be we take our x and we take our negative 1 like that. So it goes together with a sign. So we could have said x minus 1 like that, then square. But in this case, since it is just positive, this will be very direct, in which case we are just going to say we take the one that is adding and say y should be equal to, you pick the one x value and also the plus 1, then we are going to say squared, then we have minus 1 squared is 1, then we have plus 10. So y should be equal to x plus 1 squared, then negative 9 plus a 10, it will be positive 9 like that. So this is the equation that we are required to find. Let's compare. So what we are going to get is, for such an equation, we know that they have told us to say that express this in the form y should be equal to x plus our p squared plus our q like that. So as you can see, we have x, we have plus our 1, then we have plus our 9 like that. So 9q like that. So that is how we express it like that. So it further goes on to say, hence find the minimum value. So the minimum value, just get whatever this value is. So our minimum value will be equal to positive 9. Then, and where this occurs, and the value of x where this occurs, you just get this and equate it to 0. So say x plus 1 should be equal to 0. Just get whatever is here, equate it to 0. So we are going to have at x is equal to negative 1, it occurs. So that is how you go about them. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you would like, subscribe and share for more. See you in the next tutorial.